welcome to Nightlife 24/7.
Are you ready to talk about sex?
No, let's talk about relationships.
Or is it time to talk about dating, taboos?
It's on your mind.
So let's talk about it
On Nightlife 24/7.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Nightlife 24/7. I'm your boy Mac, and today I'm hanging with my main man, a friend, a brother from another mother.
From the mother.
Dr. Lovebone.
Lovebone in the building. Hand clap, everybody. Hand claps. Thank you for having me. It's a wonderful pleasure to be here.
You know what? I appreciate the fact that you could even make it over. I know
Man.
you're a busy man.
Man, it's a long waiting.
I know you're a busy man, got the women always falling up on you. But, I appreciate taking that small time out of your day so you know what, I'm going to help a brother out.
You know, it's crazy because I've been getting stopped a lot lately. People have been telling me I look like M'Baku, but I really don't. So, I'm trying to stay away from the Black Panther thing, but it's an amazing movie. I loved it. Everybody did a great job.
Hey, I am looking for part 2 of Black Panther.
It's going to be amazing.
I know they had them in Infinity War and all that, but I think they need to have a complete movie series.
Man.
Hell, they had Freddy Krueger. They had 7 movies on him. Come on, you know what I'm saying?
That's a white man running around in your dreams.
Right, so come on. You can't do at least 6 or 7 more movies on Black Panther?
The one thing about that, though, is that it was too powerful. It literally swept around the world. People got dressed, and I know you guys saw the YouTube videos and everything. People got dressed in their royal garments.
Even the kids.
Even the kids got dressed in their royal garments to go see that movie.
I had those comic books growing up.
I had them. I had them. I know all about it.
I had those, man. Love those.
And you know what? I really look up to the people who did have them simply because that was your detachment.
It was,
You were able to detach from everything else that was going on in the world and just like lose track of them. And and you were getting your imagination.
Oh yeah,
and it will run around.
Especially in the neighborhood I grew up in.
Man.
Come on.
Man.
But hey, I know we're getting off track, and we'll talk about that another
Digressing
time.
the situation.
Yeah, digressing.
Here we go.
Such good thing.
Dr. Lovebone in the building.
I was thinking, and the reason I invited you on the show,
and
I wanted to talk about it because I noticed that me being an older male,
right.
It's funny to me how a lot of younger women are attracted to me and have come on to me, though some of them have been fake and they're only looking for someone to get their hair and nails done. But those who like dating older guys,
right?
It's amazing to me how they don't know or understand the art of foreplay. They think sex is truly about he's going to get on me, bust a nut, and roll off.
I'm going to get that money and leave.
Right.
The bills are paid.
Let's smoke a blunt and watch a Netflix, and that's foreplay.
That might be foreplay. Netflix and chill is now the new foreplay of my generation.
I know, man.
So
that blows my mind.
Before we get into the topic, though, let me address myself. Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Lovebone. I am a millennial. I'm 27 years old. So the topic of this conversation might be a little off for you right now because you're like, why does he have this young man here? And it's not simply because to have me here to talk about these things, but it's to address the things from my side.
Right.
And I'm only giving my opinion, so I can't speak for all millennials.
True that.
I'm the godfather of millennials, if you want to put it that way. I'm the old head of the millennials. I'm like in the tail end back part. Again, I'm 27. To answer your question, though, that is the new foreplay, simply because no one takes the time to put in the effort to actually want to do those things. And again, we're coming from a place where in your time period, a man walked up to a woman and was like, hey, how are you doing? Let me take you out. It was the baby steps. Right. And with the baby steps led to the greater leaps.
Yeah,
and
because you had to court her. You had to right. It was fun. It was a game of how would you say hunting. she would give in a little. You would
take,
get, right, and she
you
would
give
take
a
back
little to take
bit.
a little
Right,
bit.
right.
Yeah.
Now it's about
I need it all. Give it all to me right now,
let's
or
just let's just fuck and be done.
And it's crazy because the men my age can't even say those words.
I know.
And they beat around the bush. They pitter patter. They do these. And so I met this girl like 2 days ago. I met her.
Okay.
She was like, "Hey, how are you?" She was beautiful. She was tall. Now, mind you, I'm like 6'3", 285. I'm an ex-football player, so I'm like, the built kind of guy. And we just sitting there talking, and she is like 6'1" or whatever, so she played like sports. And we're sitting there talking, and, we're conversating, laughing, joking. The vibe is great. The mood is great. The sun's out. The birds are chirping. The sundresses are out. Ass and titty everywhere. Nipple rings, all that good stuff. Everything is attractive. Everything is fun.
Okay.
And so we are sitting there talking, and we're just kicking it old school. Music's playing in the background. Real life matter. Think of all these things. And she simply said, "I would like to fuck." And it as a normal man, that would be like, "Oh, well, I don't really know what to do or say." She was a little bit older than me, come to find out.
Right.
And so, being of this stature, I've had this happen numerous of times. Not to brag or anything like that, but just to paint the picture.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So she was like, "I just want to fuck." I was like, "Well, dang, you don't want my number no more? You don't want to talk? You don't want to like just walk it out?" And that's the thing too. The women are replacing the roles of the men, and the men are replacing the roles of the women. And it kind of bothers me as a head, like as a strong, sophisticated black man, that it bothers me to see that the men are becoming submissive, and it's not a bad thing.
No.
And, let me break this down, too, because we need to stay on, like, one lane.
Okay.
Let's stay in one lane. And the one lane is having foreplay. Talking is foreplay.
It is.
Just being able to sit there and have an intelligent conversation.
Because that's a huge turn on for me, dude. I don't give a fuck how fine your body is. You can be gorgeous. Selma Hayek fine. And if you dumb as a box of rocks, I am not interested
I can't
in you.
do it, bro. I don't even want to see your naked body. It's not going to do anything for me. So the talking is a form of foreplay, and I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that. She literally talked me out of my underwear. Literally. She talked. Well, I didn't have no drawers on that time because I only had basketball shorts and a shirt, gray sweatpants. But she literally talked me out of my clothes, and I was ready. I was ready. She was gorgeous. She was intelligent. She was heartfelt. Everything connected, and it was foreplay. And it had been a while since I had an intelligent conversation with like that, because people my age only want Netflix and chill.
Right.
They only want to talk about, oh, this movie is great. Let's do this. This movie is great. Let's do that. As a man, I kind of need the stimulation of the mind and the body. Now, the body will come second, of course, but the mind is always first. And with that form of foreplay, same thing for the women. If I can be a beautiful, strong, black, intelligent man and come to them and be like, have this conversation of intelligence, they're like, "Oh, well, I'm getting naked right now, whether you like it or not. Let me cook you breakfast. Let me go in there and make you a sandwich."
I had to interrupt you here just for a second for the simple fact that I have to be honest with you, though. It's rare to come across a woman in her mid-20s to early 30s,
yes,
and she can conversate. For them, they're looking at you like, okay, why are you talking? Why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, communication is not a large form. And if they're going to communicate with you, they rather do it by text.
Let me text you.
Or let me emoji you.
Let me send you a Facebook message.
Yeah, right.
You
got my Facebook stuff.
Social media.
They don't even know. The art of communication seems to be a dying art in the millennial age. They don't know how to interact with each other.
And you know what? The nerds are taking over.
Right.
Because they've been at it for so
long. And that's who's coming up with these fine. Because think about it. You see nerds today making good money.
Man.
And they have fine-ass women.
I'm telling you, you seen a white boy with a black girl?
Yeah.
She be the baddest thing walking around. He go and get her. Whether it's on Tumblr, Facebook, POF, whatever, he go and get her, dude.
Right.
He has no remorse because he's been at it for the longest.
Right. He knows how to talk her game.
He's been on the computer typing all his life. He's ready. He can be ugly as hell, but he is ready.
I'm gonna tell you another art of foreplay that has died or is about to die.
What's up?
Kissing.
I'm not a kisser.
See, that's what I'm trying to say. Kissing, but kissing used to be the thing.
You're right. Let me explain why I'm not a kisser, though.
Okay.
So I'm not a kisser because of the traumatizing experiences that I had. And maybe, yeah. So maybe that might be the reason why, as a millennial, that might be the reason why. Now, back in your day, kissing was the thing. Y'all didn't have all this shit going around,
right.
Whatever, gonorrhea, whatever.
Yeah.
Anywho, when I first started out as kissing, I lost my virginity at the age of 10 to like an older girl. She was like 18.
I lost mine at the age of 10 to my babysitter who was 16.
Right. So, and this girl stayed next door to me, and she was always like at the house. And I didn't know anything about sex at the time. I watched a few videos, just a bunch of crazy
shit
stuff.
That you could sneak.
Right. HBO at night.
Yeah, the porn magazines.
The J.C. Penney's catalog had the women with all that stuff. Things that little boys do at that time.
Yeah.
She came over to the house, and she asked me. She was like, "Hey, my grandma wants you to come in, move some furniture for her, and she'll pay you." I was like, "All right, get a little cash. I ain't really worried about it or nothing like that." I go to the house. Her grandma's gone. She was like, "Hey, I'll be back in like an hour or so. I got to go grocery shopping and pick up some other stuff." Cool. I moved the thing. The girl came to the door, and was like, "Hey, how are you?" in a towel. And she let me in. And I was like, "Well, your grandma's gone." And she was like, "Oh, that's cool. Whatever. I'm in the shower." I was like, "Okay." So I started moving shit around and did it the way she wanted it. And I got confused, and I didn't know how she actually wanted it. So I knocked on the door. She was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm in the shower. Come in." Again, I'm horny. I'm 10. I don't know what to do. But I'm a big 10. So I'm not like your average 10.
Yeah, I was big for my age.
I'm a big 10. Like I look like a baby mule running around the neighborhood, man. So
yeah, that was big.
She let me in, and she was like, "Oh yeah, just move it this way or that way. I'll get out in a few minutes and I'll help you." And I was like, "All right." So again, I'm nervous as shit, still in there, moving the stuff around, and she gets out of the shower in a towel, dripping wet, and she's all of, again, like 18. So she's dark chocolate, thick thighs, small feet, big breast, your average 18-year-old that's about to go to college or something like that. And she gets out and she's like, "Fabian, my grandma really didn't want you to come here. I did." So I'm like, shit, what am I supposed to do? And it went from like, she started kissing me. She was like, "I want you. I've always wanted you. I need to want you even more, and I need you to help me." So I'm just like, shit, what am I supposed to do? She starts kissing me. So as she's kissing me and stuff like that, all this shit runs to my mind about how, like, I've heard stories of her being with my friends or my older friends' friends, or how good she can suck a dick, or how good she can do that. At the time, I was like mentally scarred. And then I started dating this girl in high school, and the same thing happened with her. But she was like, she was in a sexual intercourse circle with like 2 or 3 other guys and gave them all head, and then came back and kissed me the next day. So I was traumatized when it came to kissing. And then as I got older, I met this lady, still in high school though. I met this lady, she was actually my teacher, and my teacher smoked. So my teacher got me, because she always would want me to babysit. And I babysit her kids, and I did these things. And then, like, her husband was gone one day, and her kids were gone one day. And then she was like, "Oh, I need you to house sit." So her and my other teacher had went out. And I was like, "All right, I'll house sit. I got the crib to myself. Let me see what high school girl I can call at this time, whatever." And I came in, and I was asleep. She came in with her dress. I woke up to her and my hand between her legs and her kissing me. So it was like,
Yeah, and you make this sound like it's all bad. But okay. He make this shit sound like it's something bad happening, like he up in the church in the pew with the preacher.
So even before that, my whole narrative of kissing was not a thing. It wasn't a thing. I had been scarred. I had been scarred. And then by that time, I was like, fuck everything. I had just started learning how to eat vagina, and she taught me. I was given
we're going to get to that one. Hold up. We're going to get to that one. We're jumping ahead here.
Proper etiquette. Okay. Proper etiquette. How foreplay. This is the topic. Staying in the lane.
All right. So, hey, guys, this is Nightlife 24/7. I'm your boy, Mac, and I'm talking with my friend here, Dr. Lovebone. And today we are discussing
in the building.
We're discussing foreplay and the lack of or how to. But, the one thing I wanted to say here, times have changed and dating has changed a lot. And the way we date now is completely different from what we used to do back in the past.
Yes, it is.
Where there were steps that you took to get closer to a woman. Women today are not as shy as they used to be. They are more profound in what they want and how they want it. And they seem not to have a problem in telling you that. And that's not a bad thing. Some men are okay with that and some men aren't. But then there are still those young women and older women who still are looking for that guy who takes his time and gets to know them, gets to know their body. The funny thing is a lot of women don't even know themselves, their own body. A lot of men themselves don't even know their own body.
This is true.
And so the next thing that I was going to talk about, because we've already discussed communication as foreplay. We've just finished talking about kissing as foreplay. What I want to discuss next is caressing and masturbation. Now, that was one of the things that, as growing up, that we men, young boys, were always striving to do, because then we could go back and tell our friends, oh, man, I got to touch her boobs, or she let me go down between her legs.
Really?
It was a bragging thing.
I never bragged.
Come on, dude, that gave you stats back in the day.
I didn't have anybody to brag to.
I understand what you're saying, but to have that status as a young boy back in my day, you was
a man.
You was a shit.
You was up there.
You was up there, bro.
I touched Barbara boobs, bro. What you gonna do? I'm next, bro. What you mean?
Yeah. So it meant a lot, and this is something I'm going to say to the young ladies. And think about it. Just think about it. Don't get upset, because I'm not trying to pick on you. If you don't know how to satisfy yourself by caressing your own body or masturbating, how can you tell someone else to satisfy you or expect them to satisfy you? Because if you know your erogenous zones or the spots that get you turned on when touching yourself, how much more can he do if you guide him or her? Because I'm not saying it only has to be a heterosexual relationship. Whether it's a him or her, whether him and her, or him or him or her, it doesn't matter. Know your body, know yourself first, and then you can instruct and teach those to satisfy you the way you desire to be satisfied. Even if only it's just kissing, caressing, and masturbating, not just full penetration. We'll get there eventually.
Foreplay is the key right now.
So, as a millennial,
I have had this conversation with a lot of women.
Do a lot of the women that you come in contact with still desire to be caressed?
Yes.
Fingered?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So this is how the conversation with me and the women that I've spoken with, and again, I've always experienced my sexual experiences with older women.
Same here.
I've never experienced them with the ones my age. The only time I've ever done that was when I was in love. So, and that was with a girl she was somewhat shy, younger than me. Other than that, the women I've experienced with were 40 and 30, 50, up there in age. So I've learned the game from the generation before me.
Gotcha.
So to say that, the girls that are my age now, I simply go back. It was like Father Time came down and was like, Dr. Lovebone, I'm going to put you at this age, I'm going to take you and put you with the older generation so you can come back and teach the younger generation about it.
I can admit it, because when I was 14, 15, 16, I was dating our 30-something-year-old neighbor.
Right. And you was like, yo, this is the best thing ever. But
Right.
you also kept it to you was like, yo, I gotta really take my time with this because I want to learn. So even being with
I
that,
didn't learn shit. I'm gonna be straight up honest. She threw me around like a rag doll when it came to sex.
so she just used you for sex.
Yeah, she did. Her and her friend both used me for sex.
Oh.
Now, only did when I came back from the military,
Right.
and I ran back into her,
Right.
did I then redeem myself. But as a 14, 15-year-old,
Nah.
yeah, she had, and my mother knew I was screwing the neighbor because they went to school together, and she used to tell me, stay away from her house. Boy, I'm telling you, stay away from such and such house
Yeah.
because I know what you're doing. You don't need to be with her. But yeah, she used to, even on, I would be on top putting it down, and I would be, it was like
Killing
Bronco
it.
riding. Yeah, it was like Bronco riding.
That is actually a thing. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Bull, right?
Yeah. I'm just saying. But I've come to realize the biggest part of caressing and masturbation for the younger generation of the women who I've encountered, of younger women that I've dated for some reason.
Yes.
Do you know the biggest thing is they consider that's oral sex. To them, that's as far as it gets. You eat my pussy, and there are a lot.
And that's the thing. That used to be so sacred.
Yeah.
It used to be so slow when you were older.
The biggest thing going on with the millennials is a girl who calls herself a pillow princess.
Pillow princess?
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but I never actually got
Pillow
the details.
princess is someone who loves to have her pussy eaten, but she does not reciprocate to you.
So there's a girl that I've been talking to around this time. When we would have our little conversations in bed after whatever, she would always tell me that she loves a girl to eat her out, but she would never give it in return.
Right.
And so I was just like,
It's the same with a guy. Guy eat her out, but she'd never suck his dick.
exactly. So when I got older, I was like, bro, you are really selfish. And then I thought about it. I was like, who am I to sit here to think that she was selfish? And she specifically told me these things.
Right. She told you right up front.
I just didn't want to listen. I thought that, let me go down and eat her really fast and maybe she would change her mind. Nah, that was never going to change the topic. To say that, back to what I was saying about the girls that I originally talked to about these things, caressing them is a form of turn on. They need their nipples touched. They need their nipples licked. They need their inner boob licked. They need their inner thighs licked. They need their hip curves, the roundabouts. They need the ass eaten.
Right.
They need all these little things. Kiss their neck, kiss their lips, kiss them on the forehead.
It's hard to say. You don't seem to get that a lot with the millennials. You still get that with the older chicks in the mid 30s and 40s. But that millennial, a lot of them are about, hey, I just want to smash like you want to smash, and then I'll holler at you in another
And that's
day.
what's so bad because it's so fun to like sit there and cater to someone's body. I'm a giver. Let's just put that out there right now. I'm 27. I'm Dr. Lovebone. I am a giver. So when me and the woman are in a domain, it's all about her. Even though she might not want it to be, it's all about her. So I'm going from like your toes to, now again, I do have a requirement before you come in the bedroom. Before you come in my domain, you need to be fresh out the shower. I don't care about the bush.
I ain't arguing with you, man.
I can keep the bush. The bush is my thing. I don't care about a little hair, a little pillow comfort or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you want to have it waxed, at least leave me a little strand so you don't look like a little kid or something like that. I don't really want. I don't need nothing bald. I can do the bald, but I don't really want a bald. Just leave me something. Digressing the situation, from your feet to the top of your head, you are my theme park. I am literally going to lick you each and every inch as I possibly can. So the requirement for you to come in the domain at the start of the point is you have to be fresh out of the shower, because I want to lick you. I want to kiss you. I want to caress your body. I don't want any boundaries to keep me from running around your theme park. You are my theme park. I need to have all access to all rides at any given time at that moment. Because if you think about it, to be realistic and to just be upfront, most men, even if you are a bull, you have to get the first nut out of the way.
Yeah.
My first nut is actually your first nut. So if I can get you to come twice before I come the first time, I'm in the game. Because after that, I'm going back to eating you. I'm going back to licking you. I'm going back to caressing your body, playing, just rubbing your clit. Not even, chasing it, just rubbing it, taking my time, licking your nipples, licking your stomach, licking your hips, eating your ass, licking your crack, kissing your neck, kissing your lips, kiss you on the forehead, just doing these little things. I was always taught the little things are what.
Oh yeah, because I was very fortunate. Like I said, most of my young adult career as a teenager, a preteen, and even when I hit my 20s, was spent and being taught by older women. I always dated older women.
Yeah.
I will honestly say there were only 2 to 3 women in my whole life that I dated, which were my own age, and that's because I was in love with them, and I fell in love with them. But mostly all my relations were with older women. Even when I went to the military and, left North Carolina, went to Texas, I still dated older women. Later on in my military career, I started dating some women that were closer to my age, but it was a lot of games and going back and forth, whereas an older woman, she knew what she wanted, she knew where she stood.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna change it up here. We've talked about foreplay as communication. We've talked about foreplay as kissing. We've talked about foreplay as caressing. We've talked about foreplay as masturbation. And now,
did we really hit the masturbation part though?
Well, it was in the caressing part. It was just a little bit. It was just very knowing your own body.
I love to watch a woman masturbate.
Oh my God, I love to watch one. That's a huge turner. You want to keep me hard all night? Play with your shit in front of me. It's on.
And just at any given time, don't be like, and just call my name and be like, look, I'm I'm coming. No, don't worry about it. I am coming.
Sit on the other chair away from me, and then
And do it on like a spare of the moment type. I come home. Oh, you're coming home from work. All right,
walk in the door and you sitting there with your legs.
You got your toy.
Oh yeah.
That's another episode. The
toys. We
oh man.
Too.
Go ahead.
So we're gonna delve a little bit.
That's such a beautiful thing.
We just barely hit as far as oral sex, and I'm gonna leave oral sex alone.
Leave it.
All right, because some of you love oral sex. You love giving and receiving. Some of you just like receiving. Some of you tell you point blank. I've heard women say that. I think that's the nastiest thing in the world for somebody to go down and want to eat my pussy.
What time I'm at? I have a question.
Okay.
So the giving part and the receiving.
Right.
Is it bad to be a giver? I
don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so, in my personal opinion.
Well, I've been told, and this is just me and my opinion, I've been told that it's extremely selfish of me to want to just give and not take. Because I can't take. I don't know how to take. I've never been.
Oh, wow.
That's one thing I've never been trained in, is like actually being able to take. So when I get head, it's like, this is great. I don't know how to feel.
The funny thing is, and I'll say this, as a guy, I do love going down on my woman. Love it. Especially since I'm spending time with her, I know how she takes care of herself, and that's a huge turn-up.
Oh.
But what I've come to understand, enjoy more, is I can go down on my woman and not need her to reciprocate, because the simple fact that I'm turning her on and giving her a nut is a huge turn on for me. Knowing that I don't necessarily need her to come back. Don't get me wrong. I think it's great that a woman will reciprocate.
It can be wonderful, yes.
Okay, and I love a woman who does. But there are times when I'll be sitting there watching a movie and I'm kicking it with my female friend or woman, whoever it is, and just out of the blue, I just want to go down on her. Not because I want to fuck, not because I want her to suck my dick. It's just that feeling.
I can literally, it's almost like, and I know this is a bad analogy and I shouldn't say this, but eating a woman out is almost like equivalent to food for me. I can sit there and be like, and I can just this is my level of horniness. I can literally sit there and mesmerize about your body and just be like, I just want to eat you out.
Right.
And I saw you get out the shower. I saw you get all dolled up. I know you got to go to work, but I want you for at least 30 minutes before you leave. I got to have it.
And see, I guess that's where we're different a little bit. I understand your point, and I agree with you to a certain point of woman being clean. But let's just say me and my woman just got through working out. I can still go down to my woman.
I would those juices.
Oh my God,
man, that's like protein.
Yes, bro.
Jeez.
Yeah. Or there have been times when I was dating a female, and I have a strict rule when I date someone.
Yes.
And I can say 9 out of 10 women that I've been with have followed this rule. If you are my woman, my girl, when you come to my house, you don't have on underwear. And it's not because I want to have sex with you all the time. You could come to my house with no underwear on, and we go out to the movies or dinner or whatever. It's knowing mentally that my woman is sitting across from me.
Mentally.
That's what it is. It's a mental aspect of
Mentally.
it. That I'm turned on at all times by my woman sitting there with a sundress on.
See, those mental conversations are the ones that are needed most because to know, like even now, I'm talking to a girl, and to mentally know, we've talked about it, and we've talked about just having other people in the room.
Right.
Mentally knowing that this conversation was a constructive conversation and it was great to have, and to know that she's okay with having someone else in the room, even though I don't want another person in the room, just to talk to see where her mind is, was mentally satisfying enough to know that she was okay with that. Just to know that
I get it.
Is a wonderful thing. So mentally knowing that your woman doesn't have any underwear on is an amazing thing. It's so beautiful because then you're lost in your own imagination.
Right. Hey guys, this is Nightlife 24/7. I'm your boy Mac. And today I am talking with Dr. Lovebone. Okay, and we are discussing foreplay, the aspects of foreplay, whether to or not, how to, when should, could we, don't we, are we, did we stop, do we even know what it is anymore? Okay, but the thing I'm trying to put out is this. It's really, really simple. Times have changed. Dating has changed.
Everything.
And I understand that the rules are not the same anymore. But I still believe that when it comes to foreplay, that a person, this is just my belief, I think that when it comes to foreplay, that a person should put in the time and effort to get you there. How stupid is it for you to go outside in the winter and stick the key in your car and turn it straight on? You have to go through a process. You stick the key in the car, you turn it one click, and then you let it warm up.
Yeah, this is a much older car.
Let that car warm up. You don't sit and just turn it on because eventually you're going to crack that block.
Yeah.
Okay? It's the same with foreplay. You take your time. You put in the work. And it's not always sometimes about having sex on that second, third, or fourth date. Sometimes you want to get a woman or man warmed up and then send their ass home. You get that engine revving and they think, oh, yeah, it's on. No, and send their ass home.
I see you later.
Anticipation is the greatest form of foreplay.
Marination.
Okay, let it marinate. See, he doing the right word. We're going to let it marinate for a moment. Okay?
Jesus.
That's all I'm trying to say. And I know that with the new generation, it's all about smash. Let's smash. That's the term. Let's smash. Okay, I don't need to smash shit. I smash cans. I smash my trash when I put it out.
He said I smash cans.
I don't need to smash you. What I need to do, we can have sex, we can fuck, or we can make love.
All three different things.
With 3 different things.
All
but
three
that
different
smashing
things.
ain't working for a brother. That's all I'm trying to say. You can make your own decisions. You grown folks. You somewhat grown folks. And you people who think you are grown folks. Okay?
Man.
All right.
Come on now.
Now, the last little bit, and this is the key for me. This is key for me when it comes to foreplay. How many of you have actually, and I'm talking to you men and women, straight, gay, or bi, how many of you have taken the time to get to know your partner's body? Have you took the time to start to kiss him or her on their neck all the way down to their chest?
Oh, man.
Right? And I'm not just talking about straight down to the nipple because that's where everybody seems to run.
Come on,
how about taking that ride from the outer side of the boob and make your way inward?
You sound like old pimp right now.
Okay?
Come on, take that ride down, baby.
Dr. Love said it earlier. You are a theme park, and it's a road map. You should start.
I got me a
beginning.
whole map.
Okay? Don't jump ahead of the line because sometimes that doesn't work for you. All right? How many of you actually know where her G spot is?
They don't.
Okay.
They don't.
How many of you took the time to warm her up so she can get turned on with you touching her G spot? And guys, because we're dumb, and I'm going to put it straight out there.
As a box
we
of rocks.
are dumb as hell when it comes to a woman's body. You think if you sit there and play with her clit, that does it for every woman. It does not. Every woman is not the same.
No.
Okay? The G spot, which is inside of a woman, just at the back of, I say about a half inch or so for most women. It's a spot. It's a nerve. It's not a bulb. It's not a piece of meat that hangs down or something that you can play with.
I wasn't
when
gonna
you're
say
doing it correctly,
Yeah.
it feels almost like a washboard. Some women are turned on immediately.
A
Some
washboard?
women need for you. Yeah, it does. It feels like the roof of your mouth almost.
You're
Or just-
right.
It
Oh,
does. When you're playing with it, it can be done with one finger or two. But some of you
I never
don't
thought
even
about
know
that.
how to get her warmed up with her G spot. Okay, some women love that. A penis does not hit the G spot; it goes past the G spot, straight
Oh.
back. Okay,
You better learn
Not
'em.
unless you got a curve
You better
and
learn
it's
'em.
on the G spot.
you better learn them.
But think about this. Some of you need to learn how to get her there and caress her G spot. And sometimes it's just not the G spot by itself. You need to play with the clitoris because they are connected. They need both to be touched.
At the same time,
Thank you.
one finger in. It's
Yeah.
you can use almost
use
how
the
you do the
finger and your
gun.
thumb.
Yeah, you take your
Finger and the thumb.
your pointer finger and your thumb, and you kind of like
Okay.
slowly and not too much pressure. Now it's all about being gentle and caressing.
Right.
Caressing means gentle.
That's
And you
right.
just slowly
You need to
slowly roll.
understand that a woman's body will change based on how she feels about you
Reaction.
as a man. If she feels safe and comfortable with you, her body's going to open up to you.
Chemical
But-
reaction.
Yeah. But at the same time, some women have had situations that make it harder for you to get them there with foreplay, whether it be a childhood trauma, whether it's being raped, whether it's being uncomfortable with them on
Man.
their own body.
You
in
hitting home
itself.
now, Mac.
Okay, everything is done in moderation, and you must pay attention to her reactions,
Yes.
to the way she reacts to you touching her,
Yes.
kissing her,
Yes.
caressing her, grabbing her. All these things can be done in such a way, if you pay attention, she will let you know if she is moving forward with letting the engine rev up, or she's already stalling out. And I'm not trying to be a smart ass, but I know some of you guys are, I put it down.
I do it.
I can
I
do
do
it.
it.
I
I
handle
hit
this.
that, man.
You
I
don't-
did
I
that
don't need to
right.
hear this. Okay. Think about this.
But she
If
was
you putting it down so much,
Yeah.
how is it that your woman can always find some other guy to let slip up in there?
Dang, Matt,
and
you
do
took the words out of my mouth.
and do the stuff or shit that you ain't been doing. Because he took the time to get her where he needed her, and you just figured, I'm going to throw it in there and pound the hell out of it. Bruh, this ain't like kneading dough, okay? You ain't trying to bake a cake,
Baker's man.
okay?
Patty cake,
You
patty
need
cake.
to hold up, get all the ingredients, line them up, put them in at the appropriate time so you can get the appropriate product
This a pot
at
roast.
the end result, and your cake is now rising and
we
it's
going to
ready to be
cakes.
eaten.
Ugh.
Okay? That's all I'm trying to say.
I love a
That's
good
all I'm
cake,
trying
too.
to say. You know,
Some whipped cream,
it's the same with women.
strawberries.
Yeah. Oh, see? Yeah. See, you missed that show, but we'll get back to that.
I
Food
got some
fetish.
homework
You
to
mi-
do.
yeah,
I
you
got
missed
some
that.
homework to do.
Yeah, you
I got
missed
some
that
homework
one.
to do. That's what that
Yeah.
is.
I had a good friend here, Tara. She'll be on coming up on some shows later on, but I had a good friend. She was here for that show, and oh man, that was a good show.
God, I got some homework to do.
All I want to say is, ladies and gentlemen, foreplay is essential in my mind, in the way I was brought up when it was taught. And I was very fortunate to be taught by older women. And they always said something that's always stuck in my mind. If you get her off, you can bet your ass she's going to get you off.
You sure we talk to the same women?
Probably so.
Oh my God!
Probably so.
Is it a code or something that we don't know?
Yeah, it must be an unwritten code.
we need to check the women powwow handbook or something.
Yeah, it must be an unwritten code or something.
Jeez.
And that's a true fact. So for you guys who think that you can just come in and just, stick it in there and pound a woman and it's all good. Yeah, every now and then I'm not gonna argue with you. Every now and then, and that's the show that's coming up soon. A woman wants to be fucked, and all that show is coming up because I had 2 females on there,
Yeah.
and they made it clear. Every now and then, we don't want to be made love to. We don't want to have sex. We just want to be fucked, and I get that. But check this out. I know for a fact a guy who has 6 sisters. I'm talking about my sisters, and have dated multiple women of different nationalities and different cultures. They have made it clear they don't want that all the time. Sometimes they want to be made love to. Sometimes they want to be held and kissed. Sometimes they want the caressing. Okay? Sometimes it's needed. You know, you're going to have to make your own mind up, and it's your relationship, your decision, and however it works for you, it works for you. I'm not here to tell you good, bad, or ugly what you should do, but sometimes you got to change up your game so you can have a better game.
I'm telling you, you need to change up your game so you can have a great game. Okay. I don't know about that, but you need to have a wonderful game if you're going to be doing all this, because it's instructions.
It is.
This is hardware, not software.
It is. Every piece of equipment comes with an instruction manual.
I'm telling you.
And so do women.
I'm telling you.
Just ask her. Talk to her.
Pay attention.
Pay attention to how she reacts to you.
Pay attention.
That being said, I'm going to let Dr. Lovebone give you about 2 minutes worth of insight.
2 minutes.
About insight on foreplay here. Go and hit him with some knowledge.
Man, so for the 2 minutes that I got with you guys, I just want to say, please, fellas, this is for the fellas. Men, we report, and women come back with information. And I want to say that simply because I grew up in a house with, 9 other women, and there was only 2 boys. I was raised, again, by a family full of women, a tribe. And to say that I never really understood what it meant to come back with information for women and, when men report. And when I say by report, I mean like when we're with our boys, we come and we say, hey, Joe, you seen that girl over there with the big ass? She's bad. And we're like, yeah, we saw her. And we talk and we conversate. And with women, they coming back and there's like, oh, hey, Susie, did you see that girl over there with the big ass, with the long hair, beautiful eyelashes, funny skirt or whatever. And that's the type of information that is exchanged. So by saying that, us men need to do a better job with learning the information that the women is given to us, so that way we can take our time to slowly understand. Comprehend to understand is always the key to even knowing how your woman works, or to know how your toy works, or to know how your vehicle works. You comprehend to understand that when I'm playing video games, I need to go left to go right, and things of that nature. When it comes to your woman, you need to know when she's coming to you with information. Sometimes it's just good to listen. When you're having sex, you need to figure out her body's giving you information. And information can be used to please her more and not less. So to say that is my 2-minute drill about, the whole foreplay thing. Pay attention, understand and comprehend, and take your time, and don't always be so aggressive. And I promise you, you will stand out above the class when you take those things into consideration. And it's from one millennial to the next, or from a millennial to an old guy, or for whoever is listening. I just want you all to prosper and have a great time in your sex life, enjoy. But the moment you get these things down, that'll be great.
Hey, guys, the biggest thing I can tell anyone is communication, and pay attention to how your male or female reacts to the things that you do to them or for them.
Yes.
All right. Guys, we're still moving forward on starting to do video shows really soon, so expect those in the next coming months. Also, the other thing you need to realize that you guys are more than welcome to contact me through Facebook if you would like to be on the show as a guest, or if there's topics that you want to bring up, then email them to me and we'll do our best to make a show around that.
Do everything.
All right. Just remember one thing. Be safe, be smart, and have fun.
Yes.
Okay? The other thing I always try to tell you guys, and I always put this out there, is we're put on this earth to help everyone.
Yes.
And if you can't help them, don't do anything in this world to harm them.
Yes.
All right? With that being said, we're going to say goodbye now.
Peace.
Peace.
That was fun.
We at Nightlife 24/7 appreciate you, our listener, who has an open mind and heart and are able to listen, learn, and discuss those issues that affect you and your partner. By discussing these issues, we hope to keep the lines of communication open to help inform you, our listeners, and our community. It's on your mind, so let's talk about it on Nightlife 24/7.